What's happening, Hardscapers? Today we are planning this porcelain project, walking you through the steps and the decisions that we made on this project. For this project, we have a side walkway with about 16 steps coming down this area into a porcelain patio, and we're going to need a retaining wall / seat wall. Now, whenever I look at a project like this, we always point out certain thresholds that we're going to try to meet, and that's going to essentially set the slope of our patio. For example, we know that we need to meet the bottom of the deck steps there. That's our first threshold that we need to meet. So if we apply a 1/8 of an inch per foot slope, we know where we need to be at the entrance into the house, those doors there. And based on that elevation, that's going to tell us how many steps we're going to actually need at that door to get us down to the elevation. That is our top of patio. In this case, it was 2 6-inch steps, as this measurement was about 18 inches below the threshold of the door. Now, we could build an elevated area, a raised patio, and then only have 1 step at the door, and then make up for that additional 6 inches stepping down from the raised patio to the deck steps. But I think it's a little bit more awkward having to step down from the deck steps and then step up onto the raised patio. And then there's other considerations like having a small raised patio where the entrance to the door is, and split the patio in half and have a lowered area, but that takes away from the usable space in both of these areas, as opposed to having one single elevation for the patio. And this is the way that the client decided to go with this. So now that we know our elevation of top of patio, we know how many steps we need at the door to make up for that elevation change. We then know that we are going to need a retaining wall around this sloped area coming into the actual patio. This is because currently it doesn't look like you need one, but once we excavate 18 inches to get down to our new patio level, all of a sudden we need an 18-inch retaining wall to be able to retain this area. Not to mention the seat wall going along the fence as well. And we want to make sure that we're a little bit away from the fence, at least 12 inches to the back of the retaining wall, so that we can get our drainage stone in behind our retaining wall, as well as our perforated pipe. And then we need to measure how many steps we're going to actually need for this side of the house. We know that we have, I believe it's 28 feet from step to here. And with that, we need to measure each step is 16 inches. The elevation is 7 foot 6 inches. That makes 15 steps total. But with 16 inches at 15 steps, we need to make up 8 more feet in length. So we do have this area, which will actually be a small landing. It will actually be step, 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 2 or 4 foot landing, and then step, step, 2 foot landing, step, step, 2 foot landing. And that's how we're going to make up our additional 8 feet. And that's just how we go about calculating this. And then along the side, we also rebuilt retaining walls with new product that matches the steps, with our natural stone caps on top and lighting underneath all of our steps, and our caps there. And then finally for our walkway, we just wanted to make sure that we were as close to that threshold underneath the sill of the door so that we could have a nice slope away and towards the driveway to control that water for this project. That way with our slope, we could get just underneath that next sill and then nice and level with the actual driveway with our 1/8 of an inch per foot slope. And another thing we need to plan for this project is the drainage. So we've got our downspout connected into this drain here, and then we've got our steps going all the way up. Now we put about 6 inches on either side of the step. So we've got 4-foot steps, and this is 5 feet. And we are going to do a small little drain along this side. These steps are going to curve upwards, so that step is actually going to be on the edge of that drain, and then it's going to curve up to that corner. And we've got that downspout up there where, if I come on up, we are going to tie it into the drain behind this wall. And we'll have drains in behind the walls. They will be perforated drains, and they'll just tie into our drain going along here. And then that drain is going to go and all the way out, and this drain also goes all the way out. There's a catch basin over there, and then pop up beyond that. And that is our drainage for our open grade base project. The last thing that we needed to consider is on the very far end of the patio, we needed a small retaining wall, just because our slope coming down from the side of the house there was a little bit too aggressive to feather it out. So we needed a small little retaining wall to retain our soil so that doesn't actually wash onto our patio in the future. And this is the final result of our porcelain project, finished with our gas fire feature in the middle, our seat wall, and our steps all the way up to our final walkway. Hey, I hope this video's helped you in some way. If it has, please give it a like. That helps us. And if you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll be sure to get back to you. And subscribe to this YouTube channel for more hardscaping content like this. Thank you so much for watching.